In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down some absolutely incredible ads and how they convinced and really converted markets. There's really two key principles that I see in a lot of incredible ads that have driven billions of dollars in revenue. The first one is creating and holding high levels of curiosity throughout the ad. The second thing is how do you get the audience involved? I'm going to show you some incredible ways that they engage with their audience, help the audience become a part of their brand, but not only did it do that, it increased their revenues dramatically. So let's dive into these videos and I'll show you exactly how these brands did it. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the first ad here by Opal for their new app.
This is not an iPhone. This is a $3 trillion military-grade lethal weapon that aims straight at your brainstem. If you're watching this, it's because your most primal needs and impulses are being weaponized by to get you to give up all your precious minutes and hours down to the last second.
So there's a lot of great principles inside of this ad, starting from the beginning where they go into the hook where they say, this is not an iPhone, this is a $3 trillion military-grade weapon pointed right at your brainstem. And what this does is initially, first, it kind of creates this idea of curiosity when they move into this, it's not an iPhone, your brain immediately goes, well, then what is this, right? Because naturally our brains are going, well, that is an iPhone. So we instantly get sucked in to go, what is he going to say next? Especially when he moves it into a military grade weapon right at your brainstem, which is now all of a sudden triggering our survival mechanism of going, okay, I'm in danger, I need to know what's happening here.
This is done with an invisible asymmetry of power. The bottom line is this, you are being fucking harvested and no one is coming to save you.
One very potent marketing tactic is making sure that you can throw rocks at an antagonist, at an enemy for your prospects or your ideal market to say the blame is not on me, it's on something else. And in this ad, what they're doing here is they're essentially throwing rocks at social media companies or governments and saying the reason you don't have free will, the reason that your life isn't as fulfilling as you'd like is not because of you, it's because of the government. It's because of these social media companies that are controlling you, brainwashing you, which immediately takes the blame off of you and puts it onto something else, which will pull in users as they're consuming this and start instantly going, yeah, it's their fault. And so you get sucked in more to watch what happens next.
But all hope is not lost. Hear me out. We all have 24 hours in today, and we all have commitments and human needs, so the time that we're left with is the most valuable. With this, we can steer the course of our life or create new memories. But how much of yourself do you feed to the beast against your will? You could take full control of your life at any moment, but you have to fight for it. Now get the fuck off of Instagram.
The next thing they do in this ad is they really draw attention and escalate the importance of your time, right? 24 hours in a day, we already have all these other things to do, and so we're left with a little amount of time that we can have the free will to choose what we do with it, right? And in this situation, what they're saying is that this small moment of time that you could be doing the things you really want in life is being taken up by the social media companies and that you're wasting your life away, and it's because of these social media companies that that is actually happening. Right? So they do a great job in this ad is first bringing in a very strong hook to open up curiosity and make you go, okay, where are they headed here? Where are they going? Then they're starting to create and paint the picture of this antagonist, this enemy, this opposing force against them that is consuming and making it impossible for them to enjoy their lives. And then at the end, what they're getting to do here, just like the hero's journey, is coming alongside you at the end and saying, hey, we help partner with you to help protect you, to help make sure that you get to have control over your life and to do what you actually want. And so inside of the hero's journey, they are that mentor that comes alongside of the hero and allows them to defeat the enemy and ultimately become the hero, right? So they do a great job in this ad going full hero's journey, but also having a fantastic hook. You also notice a lot of fast changes inside of their cuts within the video in and of itself, which is proven to increase retention. It's kind of funny actually because a lot of the tactics they're talking about for social media and how social media is addictive, they're applying those same principles within this ad to maintain your attention and to hold higher retention rates in the video. So overall, great video and good ad. These next ads come from the World Wildlife Fund, specifically from a PR release that was done in 2010 by Turkey. And these expose some static images as their ad, which I'm always perplexed by. The idea that image has to communicate so much more than video, and you have to be much more tactical and strategic by what you release inside of print ads. And so what they were trying to illustrate and show in these ads was the impact of what happens when these species are no longer around. And so they came out with these images that really started to speak a lot. And let's talk about them. But first, let's take a look. So the first one, you can see it's showing a snake on top of stand and says terrifying, and then more terrifying. The next one shows a shark where it says horrifying, and then on the next side, you don't see it anymore. It says more horrifying. And finally, there's a vulture sitting on a branch where it says frightening, and then one where it's not there and it says more frightening. One, you can immediately tell that these images really pop off of the page or anywhere that they would be placed. They've got higher contrast, but also I love these because it makes you really think. When you're looking at these images, you don't understand the meaning of it right off the bat. But as soon as you understand that's from the World Wildlife Fund, you immediately understand what they're trying to say, and it does really make you think of the idea that, hey, these species or these animals, something that we would maybe consider frightening, something that biologically we're naturally designed to pay attention to, because when we see some of these animals like a snake or a shark, we think danger. And so the primal part of our brains pays attention more to the ad, but when it's no longer there, you start thinking about what does that actually mean and what happens when these species are no longer here. And so I think these ads did a great job at trying to illustrate their mission, illustrate their cause. They can only say so much inside of an image, but in my opinion, they say a lot with these ads. This next ad is from the soft drink behemoth called Coca-Cola, and this was one of their strategies to try to increase sales inside of their company. Specifically, they were looking to increase sales out of Australia, where about only half the adult population have even ever tried a Coke. And so this was one of the campaigns they came up with that saw shockingly amazing success, and I want to break it down and why it actually worked.
They call me Hell. They call me Stacy.
So in this campaign, what Coke really wanted to do was to find a way to bring their market and get them to engage with the brand, to really kind of rebrand itself to the millennial adult market, and to make it feel cool, to make it feel engaging with the audience again. And so what they did was they basically printed the top 150 names in Australia onto Coke bottles, with the idea that if we can get our market engaged with it, see this as not just a cool keepsake item of having their name on a bottle, but also an idea to where they would start sharing this. In fact, the slogan of this campaign was ShareaCoke, and that was the whole concept behind it with their CTA, or their call to action for these commercials was to share a Coke with your friends. And the idea is, like, if you're at the store and you see your best friend's name on it, why wouldn't you buy this item for them to share in this experience together? And then of course, if you buy them one, you're gonna buy yourself one. And so because of this campaign, they actually saw a 4% increase in sales inside of Australia and a 2% increase in sales in the US, which may not seem like a lot, but for a company with a current market cap of $270 billion, a 4% increase and a 2% increase is actually massive. Couple great things about this ad and this campaign overall that's really good. First off, inside of the ad that we just saw, you can see it immediately opens up with the dog, which actually statistically is proven to increase click-through rates and attention. But then they're moving into this concept of having your own name, or having names on the bottle itself, which attaches to a certain level of identity of the prospect or the user who would potentially buy this item, right? But also not just for them, but for a friend. And the whole CTA is to share a Coke. The idea is to give it to someone else, meaning people aren't just shopping for themselves, they're shopping for someone else, which actually typically will increase someone's generosity or the amount they purchase because of the concept they're buying for someone else versus just themselves. Not only did this increase the amount of items or bottles that people were buying for other people, but also this increased the virality of the campaign in and of itself because it encourages participation. It increased the amount of times people were posting with Coca-Colas on social media because people were now wanting to show off their brand new bottles that had their names on it. So it was starting to go viral, and then all of a sudden, what happens when you see other people posting these pictures with custom bottles with their names on it, naturally you want to do the same. So not only did this campaign get reach from this commercial, but also it got reach online because you're engaging with the prospects and making them a part of the brand, making them feel attached to it with identity. Next, they did a great job at keeping their brand name and reputation and colors and voice strong while they were showing these customized bottles with custom names on them. All throughout the commercial, they keep strong brand reputation, and you see Coca-Cola everywhere. You see their brand colors, but also they're maintaining their brand voice with the upbeat lifestyle, excited about life, making good memories tone that they're known for carrying throughout the brand of Coca-Cola.
They call me Hell.
Overall, this brand did a great job developing this campaign, this ad, and it showed inside of the sales numbers. And with that, that should wrap up today's video where we broke down these ads and how these brands are doing incredible jobs at not only creating curiosity, but also getting their audience and prospects involved and engaged in their process. So if you like more videos like this, you want to nerd out on marketing, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos in the future of breaking down more ads.